The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan, Hog Update.
Shall we play a game?
You got several things to do. You got work, kids in school. What do you do when it's all over?
How do you hand something from one player to another?
Dark soul light. Turn on the TV, pick up the controller and play some games with the Nude Clan.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Nude Clan. I am Joe,
I'm Caleb.
I'm Zach.
I'm A4.
and today we are going to be going over our August Hogib.
August.
August.
Oh, too late for that.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, it's been a good...
And we'll be catching up from this last month without recording. Sorry about last week, guys. The boys decided that they didn't want to record without me, which I appreciate, but I decided to go to Sequoia and
Nice.
Kings Canyon National Park. So I did that instead of doing Nude Clan. And I apologize.
Well,
yeah.
you know, you have priorities.
Novelty is a great priority in my life, I will admit. So
Everyone needs a vacation. I
yeah,
don't blame you.
every once in a while, I feel like it's deserved, and I've never seen Sequoia, so I went up there and saw the big trees. They are big trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, when someone tells you about Sequoia's big trees, you're like, they can't be that big. There's big trees already in the canyon. Like, they're just like big pines everywhere, and you're going, as you're driving up, you're like, is that a Sequoia? I mean, that's a big tree. Like, it's really tall. And then suddenly you see a real Sequoia, and you're like, oh my God. What is that freak?
Nice.
What is that freak?
Like,
You ever read that book as a kid? It was like some kid's book where the kid runs away and he like lives in a tree and like he like steals meat and shit. from
Hatchet?
mountains. No, not Hatchet.
my,
he doesn't-
He doesn't run away.
Hold
Hatchet
on.
doesn't run away.
There's
Hatchet on a plane
Hatchet,
crash.
and there's My Side of the Mountain.
No, it's not a Hatchet book.
No, My Side of the Mountain's not a Hatchet book. That's
Now,
the other
as-
one with the kid in the woods.
Does he like make a home in a tree?
I think he does.
I think that's the one then. That book's awesome.
Dude, as a kid,
Sequoia.
we read Hatchet in like elementary school, right?
Yeah.
I was afraid to be on airplanes. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna have to swim to the bottom of a lake to the airplane. I can't hold my breath that long. I'm gonna die. Like, this is fucked up.
I don't know if the pilot smells like he's shitting his pants or not.
All it is a retelling of Robinson Crusoe as a kid.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I love those. That guy's got a fantasy book that I read as a kid too that was awesome. It's like I think it's Transcell Saga is what it is. It's fucking sweet.
Transcell Saga?
I didn't
Transcell,
think
so,
you were
like-
that supportive. That's pretty cool.
Does he fight Perfect Cell at the end? Or
No. It's like it's kind of like Planet of the Apes. It's like there's like a kid that's camping and some portal opens up and it like transfers him to some random world.
Nice.
But I think it was a world he was in.
That's
yeah.
definitely got to be in our podcast series that we're never going to make called Your Childhood Sucks, where we have to reread and rewatch and all these
dude,
things.
I would be so down for
all
that
these
shit.
things that we loved as kids, and our audience, of course, the different age groups, they could send in like shit that they loved as a kid that they haven't revisited it forever. Like, all I'm thinking of, there was one day where I thought of, I forgot the author's name, but there used to be like an author who would write these kids books, and I would like go after his, like, there's one called Jason's Gold, and then like that guy, whoever that guy is, I read like half of his books. I was on Goodreads one day, and I was just, let me look at the reviews for these things, and they're like trash. They're trashing them, and I'm like, fuck, maybe they weren't good.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Now I'm like, should I revisit them, or
What about like we could do like Goosebumps too? I remember whenever I would read those,
Yeah.
I'd be like, it's cool, but the ending is always a letdown to me. Like it's always like a shitty ending, you know?
I think I only ever finished one of those things. It was the one with
You
the
mean like
piano heads.
the endings of Goosebumps books are always like twist endings.
Well, they're always twists and they're always bad endings. It's like they always get fucked over. Like it,
And
they
how do you
never
know
win.
always? There's 200 of those fucking books.
Yeah,
Schweiss.
you've read all of them.
And like
That
the
was a common thing in Goosebumps where like there'd always be a last minute twist where it's like actually they're fucked anyway.
yeah, and then like
you
the
think the conflict is resolved, then it's like a cliffhanger with like no promise of resolution.
yeah, that's what it is every time. And then like the choose your own
It's like-
adventures, it's just as bad. You're like, oh well, maybe I won't go this way. I'll do the other path. And you're like, oh, just kidding. It's like a Telltale game.
Or it's
Just,
like-
you're all fucked. It's over.
Dude, the one I never understood is like the Monsterland Goosebumps one where they go to like that. Like they're like, oh, we're going on vacation. Like, oh, we found this abandoned theme
Ireland?
park. They're like, yeah, come in. I'm like, there's only 4. I'm not going in. There's no one else here. Like, do you think I'm gonna ride your ride and there's no one in the parking lot? Go fuck yourself.
It's a
I'm
safe-
not-
There's actually a pretty kick-ass Escape from Horrorland PC game from the 90s that was it was shot with like FMV, so like it's live actors like kids,
So
and I
what was-
believe DreamWorks worked on it. Like it's got pretty high production values for a PC FMV game.
Wow. Yeah, there was
Yeah.
like a small period of time in there where the FMV game were the rule in the PC market.
You've been playing an FMV game, haven't you? Before.
Oh yeah, at dead of night.
Yeah. Speaking of that, what have you been playing? What else?
Hey, what has everybody been playing?
I've been going through a lot of 3s. Been playing Halo 3 with Zach. I've been going through another indie RPG called Dragon Quest III: The Seeds of Salvation.
Dude,
I gotta give
fought
credit
so
to the
long
one
not
guy
to play
who programmed
those.
that in his mom's basement. He's really learning how to program. He put like a rudimentary job system in that game, which is cool, but also it kind of like doesn't really give any of your other party members any personality, so that kind of sucks. But
Okay.
the gameplay's decent. I mean, if you're looking for a very bare bones JRPG that doesn't really do anything special.
Wait, you said it's called Dragon Age? Dragon what?
I think it's like Dragon Warrior
Oh.
3 or something. Yeah,
it doesn't
I don't know.
ring
I'm
a-
not
doesn't
sure.
ring a
But,
bell.
very generic,
Blue
but
Dragon?
kind of fun.
Yeah, anything
The
with
Red
dragon
Dragon.
in it is just kind of a generic, boring name.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, I swear to God, they ripped off Akira Toriyama's art style. Like they ripped off Dragon Ball. It's fucking ridiculous.
Oh, they even took the name. Took
Yeah, they
half of
took the
it.
dragon part. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna get sued.
Dragon and then some 4-letter word.
There was a part in that game where I saved
Dragon
a fucking king, and then the king is like, "Oh, would you like to be my heir?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And then I'm the king, like I'm the king's sprite walking around, and everyone's like, "Oh, you're awesome." But then I try to leave town to continue the game, and they're like, "No, you can't leave. You're the king." And then I had to go find the former king who crowned me at the fucking monster gambling arena. And he's like, "Oh, I wanted to see what life is like on the outside, but I will take the crown back from you if that's what you wish." So I said yes, so I could continue the fucking game. It was a really weird fucking like, I don't know why they did that.
You know what? What game is this? Because I'm going to count that as beaten as soon as I'm the king. I was like, I can't go anywhere. So
Dragon
I'm
Warriors
done.
There's
3.
nowhere up.
I've
Where'd it
done it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure no one's ever played this game, so I don't know who you'd be able to ask about it. Like, definitely no one who's formally on this show.
Dude, I still have that person's remake of like, I think it's Dragon Quest 9. It's like, bro, you should really play it. And I was like, okay. I'm like, I don't really like this game.
Oh, that guy got married a week ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
So congrats to Caleb Craig.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He has officially lost his virginity.
He can now return. He can now return.
This is the podcast where we all fuck. So
do you think when he tried to fuck, like he
haven't
ended up
fucked in
with
a
like
long
Dragon
time.
Quest? He
I
tried
have
using
fucked
sound
before.
effects as like his attacks, like kasplooge or kaslap.
Slap?
slap?
Yeah, I think I said this on the last time I talked about Dragon Quest, but all the fucking spell names in that are like cartoony sound effects, like Adam West Batman sound effects,
Oh, wow.
like sizzle, kapow, kaboom. Like I'm not kidding. I personally like fire, Faraja, whatever, but you know, I guess it works.
Yeah, this is one of those games trying to rip off Final Fantasy. Is that what I heard?
Yeah, it feels like a Final Fantasy ripoff, to be quite honest. I don't like. I don't really like.
We're gonna get some angry comments.
I know, there's gonna be someone.
Because it's a third game and they introduced a job system, which is what Final Fantasy did. So it's like, I don't know.
They're definitely copying from Final Fantasy.
We're gonna get the one Dragon Quest where it's gonna be like, you know what? This game's fucking amazing, and you guys are. I can't say that word online.
first.
Did I ever tell the story about how there was a guy on Twitter? Someone posted some meme image that was like, "Can I copy your homework? But yeah, try to change it so it doesn't look like you copied me." And it's all the Dragon Quest enemies and then all the Pokemon. And I'm just sitting there like, yeah, because Dragon Quest invented the animal kingdom, dumbass. But I was arguing with people on Twitter about it, and some guy, like, I was claiming that Dragon Quest didn't exist, and this guy posts his like entire Dragon Quest collection. He's like, I spent years collecting all these games. You tell me they don't exist? I'm like, yeah, you photoshopped that. That's fake.
That's reminded me of a certain host of another podcast that I made fun of on a different podcast who posted about that incident, and then I went on there and made some comments about how horrible our podcast was, and then the guy who was defending her was like, "How dare you call this other podcast?" Do you remember that shit?
Yeah, I don't remember the
What the
specific
fuck are you
context, but
talking
you were basically
about?
like, that podcast sucks.
Trying to talk around a situation, but the
No, we on the Nude Clan. We know our listeners love conflict.
Here's the thing. No, okay, all right. Well, here's what it was. Because when we started UFF out, I think I reached out to another Final Fantasy podcast.
Oh, now I remember.
And I tried to like get them to like collaborate, and I got nothing back. So I was like, well, then fuck them. And then we just started making fun of them on the show.
Oh, yeah.
And
we're not the only ones that tried to collaborate. A very large convention of sorts that we may or may not have attended twice in the same large city.
And see one of your worst enemies at shilling his fan fiction.
Nah, he was all right. He's actually pretty funny.
Okay.
Because we called him a fatty laying on the floor, and he listened to that podcast, and he laughed pretty hard.
he made a reference to it. So
Yeah, and he knew it was him. It was
it's
great.
cool. Yeah,
But
it's cool.
Okay, cool.
They
cool.
also turned down them. They didn't even reply.
Yeah, so
is what I
these
remember.
guys, these high and mighty guys, who were not high and mighty when I was talking to it, by the way. They had just been the oldest running Final Fantasy podcast. Besides, I don't know when LBR came in. I guess it could be them. But
Probably, yeah.
the one of the hosts was not a very good podcast host, and it was a woman. And
It's pretty sexist.
Which here's the thing:
How many times are you going to call out her gender?
The woman part is only coming up because of what she said. Because there was a moment because like the guy's the main host and then she was the co-host. At least when I listened to it years ago, it seemed like that.
Yeah,
that was the dynamic, and she was doing this thing that was driving me nuts when I was listening to this podcast episode. Is that No, we're not going there. Is that when he would talk, she would go, yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh, like over him?
Over him.
Okay.
The
yeah,
whole
that's
time
obnoxious.
he was talking. And so there was an episode of UFF where I made fun of that. And then it was nominated for some awards, and she was for best rant or whatever. And then I talked about how horrible she was basically as a host, which at the time she definitely was. And then, but I shouldn't have done that. Like that was really immature of me.
Fuck that.
But you know what? Fuck,
Dude, podcast
I started
wars,
that fucking
podcast wars build fan base.
I started that podcast at 22, and that's when this happened. So whatever. I was just like, I thought it would be. I think it's funny to be mean sometimes, especially when I was 22.
It is funny to be mean.
And
You're right.
and she probably didn't deserve it. But anyway, the thing that she put on Twitter just a few weeks ago was how gamer women, like she's replying to this thread, like, gamer ladies, have you ever been like ostracized because you're a woman in the gaming community? And then she brought that up as a time that she was that she was deeply like hurt because she was a woman or something like she thought that the reason I was making fun of her was because she was a woman, not because she's a terrible podcast
Did you comment
host.
on it?
No.
So here's what we
had fun.
You should be like,
I had some fun. I was like, because like someone was like, okay, what are some good Final Fantasy podcasts? In thread, she linked every Final Fantasy podcast except ours in the reply. fine with that. I get it. All right. She thinks that the reason that I was making fun of her was because she was a woman. Whatever. That's not true, but whatever.
Yeah.
Let her do her thing. And I'm not going to go on there and be like, fuck you. That's not what it meant. I mean, I'm doing that here.
Well, I mean, like, if she's listening,
But-
she's a woman and she overreacts.
So I'm not.
No. Zach's spitting facts.
I'm the host, not commenting on this. I'm not making any jokes about her gender.
You just internalize your sexism.
Oh
my! We're
Listen,
at least we're open about
He
it.
internalizes his
Here's
sexism.
the
We externalize our sexism. We're
I
honest.
was,
I'm
however-
I'm
know
trying
where
to
you're getting
cleanse
with
it from my body.
I was, however, the person who was adamantly making fun of her. So,
Yeah, that's true.
But like,
course,
yeah,
yeah.
dude, like that's
So,
her
no,
going. If
yeah.
I did that to
Uh-huh,
you, it
yeah.
would be annoying.
Yeah.
Oh, you see, 100%.
Yeah, exactly. It's fucking annoying.
It's annoying. It's not because you're a woman. It's not a gender
No, I
thing.
guess I could do. Hold
It's
on.
an
Let me do
annoying
it with a
as
deep
fuck.
voice. It'll still be annoying. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 I feel ostracized.
Oh God, I wish you still. Had
I
that
am a
sound
cis
drop of
white
it.
male, and I feel ostracized because you're making fun of my grunts on this podcast.
Oh my god. Oh, it's getting.
Welcome to this ASMR for Nude Clip.
No. Okay. All right. We're done
now
breathing.
the inside of my pussy.
Let's hear that boy pussy.
Hold on, let me turn up A4 a little bit. He's making noises if we're not hearing him too much over our thing. Here's the deal. So that happened, and what I started to do was, because I don't have that I'm a UFF it says podcast host or something in my description. Oh, I think it says I talk too much and make things, and it's my YouTube channel and like our Discord channel.
Right.
So if someone clicked on the Discord
Right.
channel, they could find out
So yeah,
I'm a host of UFF. Like,
Yeah.
it's not hard to see.
That requires a little more effort than
I
say
know.
looking at your bio, which
But-
most people aren't willing to do.
So A4 starts tweeting that, like, you know, you should check out Ultimate Final Fantasy. The guy. And then I reply, and I'm like, they suck, or something like. I can't remember what the exact reply was, but it was basically like, don't waste your time with them. And like,
I think I saw this.
Oh, and other people were like commenting, that's so rude. I'm like, they're such a-holes. I'm like, yeah, they are. They trust me, I know. Like, and like things like that in the comments. No one, not a single person except our listeners were like on to the fact that I was one of the hosts,
Yeah.
like commenting about how terrible our show is.
And,
Basically like, yeah, we're awful.
and then I was also liking and like retweeting a bunch of it too. So like the initial one I
That's
liked.
how I saw it. I woke up to Schweiss just retweeting like, yeah, this show sucks. I'm like, oh.
And then one of the girls, one of the chicks on the thread was like, call him out. Who is it? We're going to go get him. And then she's like, I won't deign it. I won't like give them the time of day. And then I
Yeah.
liked that one too. And I was just like,
Dude, praying to God that someone clicks on that and realizes the joke who isn't on. But I don't think anybody got it.
don't
But there
think
was
so.
the one where A4 was like, you should check out Ultimate Final Fantasy. I'm like, don't. It's a waste of your time or something like
and
that.
then the guy got mad at you
and the
for
guy
saying
got
that.
mad at me for judging our show. And he was like, how dare you call, like, you don't know, like, it was so fun. I wish I
know
had
what?
the tweets in front of me, but it was so fucking
At least
funny.
he had your back though.
Oh, yeah, he had my back. He had no idea that he was backing the guy who was being quote unquote sexist to this woman. And then, like,
Here's the
yeah.
thing though, like that's super annoying because
So
she's making it a problem that doesn't exist because she wants to be a victim, and that's horseshit.
I'm not,
That's horseshit.
I'm
I
not
know
going to
it-
pretend like I know what she is thinking. I'm pretty sure that what I did hurt her obviously pretty badly.
Well,
That
dude,
it has
have you-
been 7.5 years.
Have you listened to
since
the
that
She's
happened.
You
says,
didn't hurt her
yeah,
badly, but you
You
are
should listen to
living in
episode
her
2, she
head
does it,
rent
so.
free all these years later, and
Yeah,
I
dude.
consider that a huge win.
All right. Well, look, I don't feel that. Like, I don't feel good about it. When I first saw it, I was like, oh man, I didn't realize how much damage I did to this person.
Bro,
I felt bad about that.
Here's the
Women
thing.
hold grudges. It's what
Yeah.
they do. You just
I'm
gotta
not
accept it and move
even-
on.
Here's the thing, like you made a joke about something annoying, and that does sound annoying.
It was annoying.
But again,
I made like
it's a non-gendered joke.
It wasn't-
If anyone did it, you would call him out, and it's dude.
Yeah.
If you're doing it, fucking stop.
Yeah.
It's not funny.
Yeah.
It hurts
yeah.
people. And as a half cis white male.
Half cis.
Sorry, I meant half white.
Are you coming out?
Yeah, you want
We
to see my
finally
dick?
got it out of him. Zach is asleep
Since
for him.
half white male,
Yeah.
it hurts a little bit
Yeah.
to be like this. I just
Yeah.
want to be a victim like everyone else.
Yeah.
I want my time in the sun. I
Yeah.
want my 2 weeks off with coronavirus because I didn't fucking get it during the pandemic.
Yeah.
I know. I feel like the guy from. I feel like the guys from fucking Jarhead. Like all I want is the virus. Like, come on, send me home. Like I want to shoot him. Let me fucking get it. And they're like, no. I'm like, he was already fucking dead. Let me kill him.
Dude, someone,
Give me the virus.
someone at my job got mad at me because they were like, "How are you doing?" I'm like, or like they're talking about the virus, and I was like, "Yeah." I'm like, I'm still kind of like let down. I didn't get off for 2 weeks. Like that fucking sucks. I didn't get paid to do nothing. They're like, you should be very thankful you didn't get the virus. I had a friend die. I'm like, yeah, I had a friend die too, but I want time off. That
Yeah.
I'm getting paid for. It doesn't take my
That's-
PTO or
that's-
my sick time.
That's why I love electing ancient presidents because every time one dies, I get a day off because I'm a federal worker. I
Aw,
get a free
fuck
day
off.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm like, come on, Carter, you live long enough, man. How many years
I wish
do
I
you
could have been a
need?
fly on the wall in the Schweiss household the day that Biden said that all federal employees are mandated to get the virus, and then like later he said, "Oh, but the postal workers are exempt."
Oh, he didn't say that though. He said they're exempt through the executive order, which you know.
Dude, I got some coworkers that are fucking.
But through OSHA, we're not exempt.
Yeah, but who follows OSHA's rules anyway?
We do.
I know, and I'm like, hey, get in the forklift. I'll stand on the
But-
fork so you lift me up so I can grab this. Because I don't want to do it twice.
Just don't jerk. Don't jerk.
I
the wheel.
don't jerk. Dude, one time Moshe got really mad at us because we were doing like me and another coworker, like our one of our bay doors broke, and we were trying to fix it so our drivers could get the fuck out of there so we go home. And we had one person drive the forklift. Me and him were on the forks and lifted us up. And I grabbed his waist and I was singing Titanic as we're like lifting up. OSHA, that never happened. You'll never
Yeah.
find the evidence.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's how I feel though. I feel like I'm like, man, I just never got it. Like, what the fuck? I did get forced to stay home.
I got
for
it.
being close to someone who had it, but
It
I never
was-
got it.
It wasn't bad for me, but the loss of sense of smell, which I've never gone through in my life, was
Pretty
kind of
crazy.
freaky. Yeah, it was just like,
I've been trying to get it. I've been licking fucking payphones and all this other shit. I've been open mouth kissing every old person at the Walmart.
Dude, so I like one of my buddies has like had like long lasting effects from it, and he's like, dude, he's like, when I'm like, and I didn't know this was a real thing, but so I have one friend that was saying like he's like MSGs and like certain like foods with like different some certain kind of like spice tastes like different now.
huh.
Then I had a buddy that was like, yeah, dude, like he's like one of my like colognes like just smells like pickle juice, and I was like, no, and like apparently it's a real thing. Like,
Yeah,
it's-
people have the smell problems go on way past the virus.
One thing it's weird, like
Yeah.
that sucks, dude.
Yeah,
What, like the cilantro kind of thing, where like it
No,
it makes
that's
you, like,
just like that's
smell
like
tasting
no.
differently?
When cilantro tastes like soap, you're part of the spectrum, but they don't admit it. It's part of being handicapped.
That means you're retarded.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
If
weird.
they wanted people to get the vaccine, they should have just at the start of this thing been like, "Coronavirus makes your dick shrink," and then show us a Chinese guy's dick, and we'd all be like, "Oh my god, it totally makes your dick
Give it a
shrink."
shot,
But it's a
give it a
Chinese guy, so no one will be able to prove that like his dick is just the normal size.
have I told you my Asian porn?
what?
What?
hold on. Sorry, I know I can't.
Place
I
for
know
that
I don't
pause,
finish
but go ahead.
sentences. I'm sure a host of another Final Fantasy podcast can make fun of the way I talk. It's perfectly acceptable. And then I'll be like,
yeah.
"No, you just hate men." And then, sorry.
Topical.
Oh fuck. Whoops.
Joe, I don't want to be canceled. Also, Joe, I hate
What
women.
does this have to do with Asian porn?
No. Here's my theory about Asian porn is that so in American porn or in Western porn at least, they always hire guys with huge dicks, and that makes us think that that's what should be in porn. And I think because there's Asian guys with huge dicks, I've seen them in American porn. So here's the thing. I think that in Japanese porn, they just don't hire big dick guys. That's just not what they're into.
Dude, that's kind of gay. I only watch women on women because I'm not gay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think that's why they blur out the genitals
think-
because they
well-
don't want you to see those guys are like, I don't want people to see my
No.
small dick. Can
So
you
I
please
think
censor out my penis?
I think we're all. I think that like the dumb stereotype that Asian guys have small dicks. Well, I think Asian people, just general, for the last however many decades have just been smaller, but.
Yeah, no, I mean,
As
if
people,
you're painting with broad brushstrokes,
And if you are a
like,
smaller
certain people
person,
have bigger dicks,
you're
certain people
probably
have
going to
smaller
have a smaller dick. Like, it's just going to
like
be
cer-
like.
certain ethnicities have bigger dicks, certain ethnicities have smaller dicks.
Yeah, like A4's girlfriend has a huge, massive cock.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, she got a fucking 5-inch clit. It's insane. She can peg me with that thing.
You flexing?
No. But I
When she
brought
flexes,
that
it
up.
looks like a bicep coming out of the top of her pussy. It's crazy.
if she like
curling
clenches her cheeks, it just curls up.
I brought that hypothesis up on UFF, and I'm not kidding you. People were tweeting at me being like, "No, dude, your dick size has nothing to do with how big you are as a person." I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
It
It's like,
kinda
no,
does,
I'm
yeah.
a 3 foot tall person, but my dick is 9 feet long. Like,
Fucking Ron Jeremy
I'm
exists.
sure
right?
that it
Like, Isn't he like the
exists.
proof that doesn't
right.
count?
I'm sure it happens.
There's anomalies.
But I mean, when you're looking at a spectrum of like, look, if you got a taller guy, he probably has bigger hands. Like, your body parts kind of, not always, but they kind of go along with how big you are as a person in
Yeah,
general.
I mean, my dick's super thick, and it has it has a fucking 45-degree angle too. So it fits you. It fits your body.
You know what they say about guys with big hands, right? Huge prostate.
I'm just saying.
Listen, I'm short, but I'm thick, and they said they liked it thick. So.
And I also like, as a guy who used to be much fatter than I am now, the dick gets bigger the skinnier you are too. By noticeably larger. So
I'm gonna go from 7 to 10. Is what you're
it's
telling
just
me.
kind of you have like a patch of fat behind your dick and your balls, and it's out there, and it's pushing up like a turtle head, basically, like this. And suddenly the turtle's neck elongates, and you're like, oh my god, I have a penis.
Holy shit, I'm average.
Yes.
You guys see that thing where you try to push the ruler as far down into your groin as you can to
Yeah.
the base of your dick? Because
Why is the
I
bottom-
count the base of my dick at my actual sphincter. So I got a 9-incher.
Yeah.
Dude, that's actually an ongoing joke at my work. Is so we get to we measure truck parts and stuff too to help people out, and it's remember, don't measure from the gooch. That's cheating.
Yeah. Anyway, what were we talking about?
Dicks.
I've also been playing No More Heroes. If Schweiss ever needed a fucking game to point at to make fun of the Switch and that it's not a very good console, No More Heroes 3 is it, because Jesus fucking Christ, dude. No More Heroes 3, at least the open world parts of it, run utter dog shit. I'm talking 12 frames a second. It's bad. And there's extremely, extremely noticeable pop-in, which is weird because the guy who makes No More Heroes and has made some of these other games, Suda51, notably had a really hard time working with the Unreal Engine when he was making a game called Shadows of the Damned back on PS3. There's really bad fucking texture pop-in on that game. But he chose to use the Unreal Engine for this for some fucking reason, and it just it looks like a first generation PS3 game. That's how bad this game looks. However, I'm not one of these people that graphics make the game better, but honestly, the graphics being this bad, it's distracting at times. But the game itself is extremely fucking
Hey,
fun.
but you
I'm
can
having
play
a
it while you
blast.
take a shit, so who cares, right?
Exactly.
You can play it while you take a shit, so I mean, it can look like shit.
Yeah, but the thing with No More Heroes is it's got motion sensor shit because it's a sequel to a Wii game. So I tend to play this with the Joy-Cons detached because when you kill an enemy, it tells you to swing it in a certain direction.
Also-
to do the finishing kill, and that feels so fucking good.
Dude, in the first one, because I started playing the first one because you told me to do it because it's fun. But the motion
Yeah.
controls, when you're recharging your sword, it's you jack off. He's going
He's literally making a jerk off motion
It's
with
so
his sword.
fucking
He's
fun,
holding it
dude.
with two hands in front of his crotch, just going, just shaking it. So that's what
And
you
the
do
game
with the
makes
Wii
you do
remote
it.
when you're fucking recharging the battery on your sword. It's fucking great.
Nice.
it's funny.
For context, in case people don't know what No More Heroes is, I explained it a few episodes ago, but you play as a otaku named Travis Touchdown who looks like Johnny Knoxville. He wins a fucking homemade lightsaber in an internet auction and then decides to become a hitman and move up like the international hitman ranking. So you basically just fight a series of increasingly wacky bosses.
Okay.
And the last game to come out, besides the spin-off Travis Strikes Again, came out in 2010 for the Wii. So No More Heroes 3 was a long time coming. And I'm just glad we got one because it's just got such like a fun sense of humor. It's so wacky. Like one of the side activities in this is you just go around the open world and like plant trees, and then eventually they grow into these big palm trees. And when you climb up them, he jumps off and does a backflip off the top like Super Mario 64 for like no reason. It's just like a weird little detail. Like this game is bigger than the sum of its parts. The graphics aren't very good. There's some questionable design choices with like the acting and the character designs and whatnot, but like the combat's really fun. And I just like the whole vibe of it. It's really cool.
Yeah. Speaking of questionable acting, we will be discussing Resident Evil Village later on this month, and Halo 3 as well. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that.
I'd also like to point out that the slacker Zach in the Twitch chat said No More Heroes runs like old people fuck. I don't know why they put an open world in this one, because they got rid of the open world in No More Heroes 2. They just made it like a menu where you just like choose where you want to go, which I thought was kind of better. Like, because No More Heroes 1, the open world was kind of just there almost as like a joke. Like it's extremely empty and there's like not a lot to do in it. And it really just kind of takes up your time in between going to different locations to do stuff. Which is why I thought they got rid of it in 2, was just like, well, we told that joke, so we could just kind of streamline this. But then they bring it back for this one. Granted, there's a lot more shit to do in this one, in the open world. I don't know. I like No More Heroes 3 a lot, but if you're going to play No More Heroes 3 and you haven't played any of the other ones, you're going to be extremely fucking confused. Just know that. If you're good, they're all on Switch now. They ported No More Heroes 1 and 2 to Switch last year. Travis Strikes Again was already on Switch. And No More Heroes 1 and 2 just recently got Steam ports, in May, I want to say. So they're a lot more widely available now, since before they were like strictly on the Wii.
Okay, so like, what would you give the story out of 10 then? Since we're reviewing this now,
I'm really passionate. No More Heroes 1 is one of my favorite games of all time. It is just it is so me from like an aesthetic and presentation standpoint. Like just
so you. It's so you.
It's hard to describe, but yeah, like if you played that game, like that's like a thesis statement of like how I see like the world and like video games and all this other stuff.
So we have to play No More Heroes 2.
I love No More Heroes 1, so I'm very passionate about it.
So
and No More Heroes 3 is giving me a lot of weird mixed feelings.
We got to play No More Heroes in order to understand you.
Kinda, yeah, actually.
Right.
You're never gonna understand him. It's like one of those like
Never
surrealist.
Yeah, it's that guy who paints the like staircases that go from the floor to the roof and shit, and you're just never gonna get it. You'll never wrap your mind around.
Or the person that was like duct taped a banana to the thing and sold it for millions. Like, I don't fucking understand.
I don't understand you at all.
Well, because look, you got to. That's why when I made the After Dark outro, the last thing in it is a quote of Travis Touchdown from the second game saying, "People deal with grief in different ways. Some people fuck at funerals. I cut off heads." Because that's just an amazing fucking line.
That's a good line.
Yeah. I've also, as Zach said before, I've also been playing At Dead of Night, which is a game. It's an FMV game.
Oh. It's like the fuck. Okay, sorry. I didn't know that's what it was called.
Yeah, you play as a girl, and you and your friends are going to like some music festival somewhere in England, but you have to stop at this hotel on like the edge of a cliff the night before, and the guy who's running the hotel is a fucking crazy person,
and he sews you together.
What?
Yeah, and you're like
he sews you together like a centipede.
Well, no, it's more like a millipede.
No,
for copyright
he has this comedy character he calls it called Hugo Punch, and he just goes around like whacking people with like a billy club. And the whole point is you have to run through this hotel in like first person. Like they film the whole thing in first person, so you just kind of like click where you want to go, and then like the camera will like pre-recorded move through the halls to like a preset spot. But occasionally you'll see this guy like peeking around the corners of the hallway or whatever, and then you have to go like hide in a hotel room, like in a closet or in the bathroom or something. And it's like oddly scary just because it's all filmed in first person and like it's using live actors. Like when you turn around and that guy's right there, and he just like hits you really quick and screams. It's genuinely shocking.
It's kind of funny because you're like, ah! And just like start laughing. He's like, yeah, fucking idiot. Like,
Yeah,
it's funny.
Granted, when you like die, nothing really happens. I think he like steals the spirit radio that you use to talk to the ghosts of like his victims all throughout the hotel, which is like the whole point of the story. You're trying to like solve how they died before you leave. Because I think that's also how you can like unlock the front door or whatever. But it's interesting to be sure. I believe the same company made a bunch of other FMV games a few years ago. They also might have like, I think there's an FMV series from the 90s called Tex Murphy. It's like a point and click adventure series that they like rebooted in the 2010s.
What was the last time you played
an
an FMV before this?
I want to say fucking... I played through Phantasmagoria a few years ago.
Okay.
Because I'd never played it. And that one's all right. It's pretty cheesy, and like the only really exciting parts happen at the very, very end.
I played a Bill Nye the Science Guy game, and I think that might have been the last time.
Oh.
There's
Bill.
It's technically an FMV
Like,
game. It's got FMV elements in it. They just
years ago.
re-released Myst in VR. I'm definitely going to fucking buy that.
Myst. Oh, shit.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a
because
thing,
I never
yeah.
beat Myst as a kid because it's really fucking cryptic. But if they have it in VR now, I'm like, yeah, I'm there because I got the VR headset now, so it's like that. That sounds
Man, that
fucking
series
awesome.
used to be like Juggernaut.
That was like the reason a lot of people, that and The Seventh Guest, another FMV game, are like the reasons people bought CD-ROM drives back in the 90s.
Yeah, wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
they should bring those kind of old PC games back. I still want to play like I still want to get my hand on some of those games where you like type in the commands, you know?
Oh, text adventure games.
Yeah, those kind of games. I always want to try one of those, but I don't know where
I
to
feel
install
like you would
it or how to
appreciate
do
the
it.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the
Steam might have
Galaxy
some stuff on there.
game. It's very silly.
Yeah, I've always had an interest in Ultima, or not always, but
Final Fantasy?
since no.
Final Fantasy
No. We had
you could probably
Sexist-
get most of
sexist
the
Final
old
Fantasy
Ultima games on GOG now. So
Yeah,
there's that
so
if you
it
ever
was
wanna
the
do-
Ultima games and the King's Quest games. I was like, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
It would be cool to just like play it for just a couple hours and see kind of how people played those things back in the day. I don't really know. That's kind of it's kind of totally off my radar. Right.
Yeah.
But
Anything else?
anything else?
That's more or less all the highlights.
All right.
What'd you play, Joe?
I played Halo 3.
Oh.
I played Resident Evil Village, especially over the last 3 days.
Couple days. Yeah.
Yeah. And what else did I play? Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Oh.
I reinstalled Cut the Rope on my new iPhone, and I have been playing Cut the Rope, which is an amazing cell phone game. So fun. And let's see, what the hell else?
What the fuck is that?
It's a little green thing, and you like cut the rope to like, and you have to cut the rope in
There's
certain
like-
areas to
yeah,
get them, like
there's- it's like
candy.
it's like a little puzzle thing. I actually bought it years ago for my whatever the hell that thing, iPod.
Touch.
Yeah, iPod Touch years ago. You got to get the candy to this like little green guy,
Oh.
and try to get all the stars on the way, right? And it's ridiculously addicting. I remember TJ had it in high school. It was like, this is an older game. It's like 2010 or something like that.
It was like one of the standout iPhone games around the time that like Angry Birds was popular and shit like that.
Yeah. So, and TJ had it, and I remember being on his iPod Touch. God, why am I blanking on that name?
Because no one uses iPods anymore.
I know. That's the sad thing, isn't it? Then I was playing it. I'm like, this thing's fucking addicting. It's addicting. So I bought it in like 2014 or something like that when I finally got an iPod Touch, because I was still using a flip phone way past the time when it was cool. And
I was also
now I have an iPhone. I'm like, I had to log back into my Apple account, and I'm like, oh yeah, that game. So I've been playing that a little bit as I've been
Nice.
shitting on the toilet.
You should get it on the Switch. That way you can that way you can only play it for an hour at a time.
Yeah.
Regulate yourself.
Jesus.
So yeah, I've been playing those. Roller Coaster Tycoon. I don't remember if I said that. I play.
I gotta start that. What, are we doing that next month? Or?
Yeah, next month was the plan on that. Schweiss and I also
Spoilers.
beat another. Oops. Schweiss and I also played another game that we might review next month as well, so we might not have enough.
What game is that?
We'll have to look at the calendar and see where we're at. Oh,
I could probably be Roller Coaster Tycoon
tell
by
you.
next month.
Okay.
oh yeah,
Let's
the
see.
game that I played with Schweiss was
Oh,
after a wedding that we went to, or a wedding reception.
hardly invited, but yeah, we went.
Yeah.
we made an appearance.
Yeah. Only
You
been-
crashed the
You
party.
even helped clean up.
yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's,
Help clean up at the wedding I wasn't invited to,
Yeah,
or half invited to.
You came to the reception, right?
Yeah, I came to the
So you were invited to the
reception.
reception, right?
that's all. Yeah, that's what we were invited to.
Okay, to be
Can we
fair,
talk
when I
about
was
that?
going to
It's
cool,
fly
man. At
out
least you
there,
went
he
sit
told me,
next to
like,
one that had
you
the fucking
don't come to the
COVID.
wedding, but you can come to the reception. And I'm like, okay.
Yes, that's what he told us too. A4.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
Is that what
this
you
is
guys? Is that what he
hierarchy.
told
This
you
is-
guys?
No, I was part of like the best man stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
What a cunt. What an absolute fuck.
we've had some drama with Caleb Craig for 6 months, and he immediately drops us off the face of the planet.
Ah, you
Yeah.
got me off. I'm still here.
I know you didn't drop
sorry.
you off. Yeah, I
I'm
know.
still here, man.
So stupid.
I'm still here. Thank you, Craig. I
By the way,
appreciate your
Caleb Craig, I don't know what blood sacrifices he and his wife had to do to get like the Pokemon card pulls they've been getting, but Jesus
Yeah, dude.
fucking Christ, dude.
Fuck. You know what? Fuck Craig. He's getting Pokemon cards, and me and my girlfriend can't find fucking any. And they're pulling all these like $200 cards, all these fucking amazing ones, and I'm
All
like,
these like alternate art VMAX cards, fuck them.
yeah, I'm pissed, dude. Like,
I bought the ETB of Evolving Skies, and I got one pack that had a holographic
I'm pissed.
card.
He
in it.
sends
Fuck
pictures
this
to our
shit.
chat, and he's like, "Look what I got!" I'm like, "Fuck you, choke on it."
He's got to buy his own.
I'm
He's
so
gotta,
mad.
He's got to pay for his wing of the castle that they live in.
Yeah, dude.
Whatever, fuck him. I ended up getting a fucking ETB for Celebrations coming out next month, so
You're gonna pull nothing. I'm gonna laugh.
good luck
at you.
finding that, Craig, you bitch.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Pokemon cards, the new crack, the new drug.
Yeah,
the
so
new-
they all got into Pokemon. I laughed at them. Then my girlfriend got really into Pokemon Go, and so I'm like, maybe let's buy her a pack of cards. That could be kind of fun, right? And unfortunately, we pulled good shit, and so she's obsessed now. And so-
Because that's what happened to me when I bought my first packs like a few months ago. It was Battle Styles, and
I'm
I got
like,
a Rainbow
no.
Rare
But
is
Phoebe
the game
full art
good?
card out of it, and
the
that was like my
TCG,
first
I used to play
taste, and I'm like,
competitively. It was
ooh,
actually fun.
yes, I'm back in, baby.
I always just collected the cards. That's what I was
Yeah,
into.
we never played it right. As
So
kids.
like
It's not very
I
fun, is why.
see, I played competitively as like an adult. Like one of my buddies was like, "Hey, you should come try," and I was like, "Sick." And then like we were killing tournaments.
I don't think you
all
can
over.
play it competitively as an adult.
You can.
Oh, you
Like-
can,
And
trust
you can-
me, because I
and you can
collect
get
them
some
too.
good
But
money
you get a
off of
code
it.
There's
card in
like a
every pack
technic-
that like gives you a booster pack in the online app on the PC. And I think I said this a few episodes ago, but like I didn't play this game for like 15 fucking years or more. Coming back to it as an adult, and like I'm still able to build a deck that is competitively viable in the current day, which is crazy.
Yeah, I just think there's like a oxymoron there. I don't know. Play competitively.
don't you dare
as an
say
adult.
that, Schweiss.
Okay,
Don't you
well-
dare.
No, I'm gonna no hot take, because so many fucking people love sports, which are objectively games for children. Okay, and adults play those and get huge salaries.
I mean, if
So,
you
I
got
mean,
400-pound dudes crushing up against each other and causing concussions,
Kids-
I don't
it's
know if
called
they really are made for kids.
Closeted
Yeah.
homosexuality.
those games were invented by children that back when they had nothing but stickball and kicking pieces of rope around.
Look, the
old
only
fucking-
male sport out there is the UFC. Come on, that's definitely not for children.
No, it's for closeted gay dudes.
Why gay?
Yeah, dude, because they're fighting over a belt.
It's all jujitsu now. They're on the ground.
Because it's just dudes
Yeah,
cuddling
they're, like,
on the
cuddling, and
ground
he's like,
for 5 fucking minutes.
It's just little midget men cuddling on the ground. They're like the lightweight
what
is
UFC
crazy.
are you watching?
Dude, I kind of wish I would have gotten into fighting because like the lowest weight I've been, like I could be fighting people that are like 5'5". I'd be like, that'd be so fun. Like just fucking like, come on, bitch, like this little kid.
Yeah, dude, it's all fun and games
What-
until like jujitsu's like having like, slides around your midsection.
That's what I'm saying. If I would have been into it, it would have been fun to be
donkey
like.
punches you until you submit.
Be like mid 150s as like a 5'9" guy, and like your opponent is like 5'6". You're like, yes, bring it on, you little fucking
dude.
midge.
So back in
I got the wingspan of a 6-foot man. You're fucking done. Yeah.
Schweiss has the arms of a much taller man.
Yeah.
he's just dragging him while he's walking. Like, yeah.
Basically.
Come on, you little midget fuck. You want to fucking play?
But then the midget does the splits like Johnny Cage in the Mortal Kombat movie and he punches you right in the dick.
Yeah, no, it
And the
is.
camera just zooms in on your face and you're like, ooh, and your eyes are crossed.
Yeah, his massive arms like.
That is your unfair advantage, Twice. Your reach is abnormally long.
I think I have like a
You were no
6 foot
first
man.
person, right? Because you fought. You got spot, right?
We did fight.
Schweiss is like the Zangief of this
the
podcast.
only thing
He's
I
a
can say in the
grappler for
face,
sure.
like, that's a fucking massive reach. You're just like shuffling back.
Yeah. I mean, the thing, shit, what was I? Oh, yeah, Joe. So the funny thing about Joe and I is, like, when we sit next to each other, I'm only a teeny bit taller than Joe, but, like, we seem the same because, like, he has a normal sized torso and I have, like, a small torso, but he has, like, small little legs and I have, like, long legs. So together,
I'm top heavy.
if we combined, there would be one very short man and then one.
Yeah.
Like, quite
Oh my
tall
god.
guy.
Combined like Mecha, like form Voltron.
Yeah.
Schweiss, give me your short torso. I'll give you my short legs.
Combined, we create a much shorter person than we are together. Like, separately.
I have the torso of someone who's like 6'2", and the legs of someone who's like 5'4".
Yeah.
And Schweiss is the polar opposite, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. It's just
Meanwhile,
like,
Give me your short
Schweiss and Joe
torso with your
met me, and
long
I think I come up to like Schweiss's dick in height.
well, it's like when I'm sitting down in a car, my hair is always like hitting that top of that car. It doesn't matter what car I'm in. Like that's like pretty normal for me. And like that's a tall person problem. Like
but
I'm
his-
just like
his legs don't even touch the floor.
yeah.
He's just kicking his feet.
I need some extensions on the pedals.
Yeah, yeah,
Almost. Fuck.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
weird.
Whatever.
I mean, you wouldn't.
Human
Your
body.
head wouldn't be hitting the top of the car if you didn't have to sit in a fucking booster seat.
How's that Pokemon going there, A4?
It's great. I love it.
Hey, you got your sippy cup with you? Are you good for a little bit?
You know
a little
what's
bit
great
more
about
talk?
playing Pokemon cards as an adult is that if I lose to the little kids at the card shop, I can just punt them across the shop and steal their cards.
And steal their applesauce, their fruit cups.
Your mom makes the best crustless sandwich.
Capri Sun is good, and they always bring it.
Did your mom make my sandwich again for me today, you little bitch?
You tell her next
Your
time I
mom
don't like
knows
the
that I like the
crust.
crusts cut off.
Tell her Vegemite's not fucking real. Nasty bitch.
I don't want apple slices.
Lunchables horseshit.
Yeah, whatever, dude. That's the king.
Uncrustable, more like unfuckable wife or mom.
I got
Look, Zach, I can understand why you like Lunchables, but my mom was white, so I never had them as a kid.
My mom is white too. You fucking idiot. She wasn't making
Okay.
empanadas.
She just had
I mean, I'm not going to say we weren't poor, but my mom loved me, so it's like, you know.
loved you enough to not date the same race, I guess.
what?
No, just kidding.
Hold on.
Yeah, because usually, he.
Loved you enough to not.
Yeah, because he's dating someone not of his race, which means he had mommy issues.
But but Zach does have mixed race parents.
No, I have one Mexican parent and one white parent.
But
That's what I said.
No,
No,
At
look,
least
I'm
they were
not dating
both
someone of a
mixed, and I'm
different
not
race
not
because
both,
they have
no.
mommy issues. I'm dating someone of a different race to try and, like, you know, whiten out the bloodline.
He's trying to live out his. He's trying to live out his Thomas
Django
Jefferson
Unchained
fantasy.
that's fucked.
Verily art thou.
Look, when she's bad, I put her in the hot box. It's just how it is.
How about just the fact that white women are overrated?
Oh, dude,
No, have you seen those?
110%. Jesus.
There's
100.
pink areolas, and I like that shit.
Pink
I got
areolas.
those. I don't need to little looking out for.
Oh yeah, so do I.
I don't
Hey,
need to go.
wait! Instead of doing fast food restaurants tier list for the after dark, you want to rate like the different races of women
No.
based on how
No.
good they are? Because white women are like F tier. It's fucking
White women are at the bottom for sure.
yeah, for
That's
sure.
racist.
I don't know about that.
I'm fucking white.
The greatest combination ever is
Look,
green
I like
eyes
a nice.
and red
I like.
hair.
I like some nice.
That's pretty
pink,
white.
Maybe a Majora.
Okay,
but,
well,
I mean, I can trade
what
that in
time
for
of
a
the year
woman
is
who's
it?
not fucking insufferable.
What
white.
am I eye colored right
It's
now?
white time. No,
White time.
I'm about to fuck you into oblivion, Joe.
But to fuck me into oblivion.
Yeah. It's right.
It's okay. I'm dating a half-caste chick, so like,
He fucks you, you pass out, you wake up, and then someone there's just like, have you heard of the high elves?
Have you heard of the hero of Kavach? Yeah, no. Wait, do your eyes go green?
My eyes change color throughout the year.
Oh.
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, they go green, blue, gray.
When what's it, February? Are they pride colors? Or?
I don't know when it I don't.
No. In June, they turn pride colors. In February, his eyes go completely black. In solidarity, of course.
No. That's just a white person thing that sometimes happens.
I've never heard of it. My hair changes color throughout the year, kind of like it's
Shut the
like
fuck
normally
up,
lighter
then.
blonde if I'm more outside
No.
in the summer.
Yeah, I knew one other girl where that was the case, where she
Yeah.
had her eyes changed. She
In the
was green
summer,
to-
I
green to
get
blue.
more in the danger zone with police, and in the winter, my skin will
Zach, are you going to drive home after having some of those drinks? Nah, it's June. It's too dark.
Oh, I've been swimming all day. I'm gonna get shot today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Rodney King video?
Jesus Christ.
You're just like, oh my god, I can't control it. I'm going
It's
90.
literally that fucking Family Guy joke where he pulls out like the swatches of all the skin colors.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh
He's
my
like, you can
god!
pass.
Oh my god!
Well, it's like the
Oh.
South Park game where like the two, isn't it? Where it's like the difficulty of the game is like this color of skin.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember my buddy James got pissed because he played on hard, which he made himself black and gay. But then later in the game, it asks you to identify yourself, and he identified as straight just as a joke, and then he didn't get the trophy for beating it on the hardest difficulty. Even though he played it on the hardest difficulty.
dude, that's amazing.
And he's like, I'm probably never going to go back. But
Speaking of, I'm pretty sure that I keep on getting pulled over going northbound because people think I'm Mexican driving the car that I'm in.
You can't say that.
And until they pull me over and they're like, "Oh, he's a white guy."
Oh, he's.
Oh, he's a white guy. Oh, it's just a
Blonde hair,
warning.
blue
Don't
eyes.
worry about it. Yeah, your tint's just really dark, and your car's really shitty is what they're thinking in the back of their head.
Officer, put your gun away. He's a white guy.
Oh my god, dude!
Put
it
it
happens
away.
all. Like he comes up and he's pissed at me. That's what I've noticed about the cops. I've been pulled over like 3 times in the last 6 months, and I haven't gotten a ticket. But I keep on getting pulled over in my fucking car going northbound. These
Are you
cops are.
driving an El Camino?
No,
Like-
I drive a shitty
got a lift
little.
kit, too.
I drive a shitty little red Chevy where the paint's kind of like peeling off, and there's a Metallica and Megadeth sticker on the back.
So they
and I'm
think
like,
you're Mexican
the
'cause of
motherfucker
That should be
thinks
the
I'm
dead
Mexican.
giveaway.
No, because that's
That
a
you're white.
that's a very popular Mexican band.
What?
Yeah, dude.
they got that Mexican bassist, right?
Yeah, Robert Trujillo's Mexican.
Oh, you're right.
And so I think it's just like the little red shitty car with the really dark tinted windows, right? And the guy, I don't know if he thinks I'm running drugs or what, but as soon as he sees as soon as I roll my window down, like I see his face change. This is what I noticed the last time I got pulled over. It's like he looked pissed as shit coming up to the car, like he was about to catch one of them drug running, Mexicans coming up there.
I heard a W
And then,
in that.
and
What
then
were you
he
gonna
comes
say?
down, and then I roll down the window, and then he just immediately his countenance just changes completely, and I'm like, this guy. I know what the fuck he just is assuming I have a shitty car. I was going 2 over because I can't even get past 80 in my car, and oh, I'm sorry, the windows are tinted. That's a real important thing to pull people over for. And I've been thinking about the window tint thing as well. I'm like, well, you don't pull me over at night. My windows are still tinted the same at night and in the daytime.
because of the
but
fun
for some
fact.
reason, while the sun is out, it's a real big deal whether or not you can see me inside of that car.
Well, the fun fact is at night,
the cop
us
comes up to the
Mexicans
window and he's
get
like,
werewolf powers.
This man isn't black.
God, I am. I'm sure they think I'm running drugs or something like
Dude,
that.
I got pulled over in my when I used to have my old Camry LE. It's like a 91. Shitty car.
Yeah.
I loved it, but it was shitty. I got pulled over doing the least gangster thing, like I was going to a game store to buy paints to paint miniatures. I was like, I got D&D in 2 days. I gotta paint these miniatures up, right?
And got D&D.
And so it's me and my black cousin sitting in a car, and I see him behind me, and I see him like this, through my mirror, and it's because we're under a street light, and I'm like, hey, Nicholas, we're gonna get pulled over. Put your hands on the thing, just make sure you're ready. And he's like, what? And the guy's gonna pull us over. So yeah, go. Light turns green. Go and like, lights go up. I'm like, motherfucker. So
See,
I
what you've got to do, Zach, is you've got to put a Ricky Martin sticker on your car, and then the cops will think you're white.
Fuck. So I like pull over, and he comes out, dude. Like it's this ginger dude. And yeah, he looks mad. He's got his hand like by his gun. Comes up, and I have my window down, have my hands up, license. I'm like, here you go. And he's like, where you going tonight? And I'm like, to the game store that's around the corner. I'm painting miniatures for Dungeons and Dragons. And then he's like, well, I just wanted to make sure this car wasn't stolen because your license. I couldn't find your license plate on it. And I was like, well, it's in the window because the screws broke. Like, if you'd have looked. And he's like, well, I didn't see it. And I looked back, I'm like, no, it's right there. And he's like, well, I want to make sure this car isn't stolen. And I'm like, dude, 91 Cabriolets are the hot market, right?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, I didn't know that. I'm like, I better get a security system. And he just like grabs my license plate or my license and walks back. And then I got out of the car and I was like looking at my license plate. He's like, sir, get in your car! Sir, get in your car! And I was like, I'm putting the license plate up. Like, I just want to make sure that this doesn't happen again, sir. Like, I'm trying to be a good citizen. He's like, sir, get in your car! And I was like, okay, you fucking ginger fuck. So I just got in the car and he
Aren't they the worst?
Yeah.
I was just like,
Hey, Joe, you can't judge other people.
dude, I got stories, man. I was through a month off my LDS mission. And I got stopped walking out of my bank, and this guy comes up to me. So I had two jobs. I had one at like FedEx, and I was working at the mall too. So I was going into my shift at the mall store, and I walked out of Zion's bank with like I cashed my check from FedEx, and I was walking in, and this guy comes up to me like outside the bank, and he's like, "Hey man, I need my hit, bro. Like I'm supposed to meet a guy around here, and you like look like the guy I'm supposed to meet." And I was like, what? And he's like, no, dude, I know you're my drug dealer, bro. And I was like, dude, I don't do drugs. Like, sorry, bro. God. So I walk off, and then he's like, I hear this, hey, come on, bro. And I'm like, dude, what? What do you want? And he goes, bro, man, like, just give me that black, bro. And I'm like, dude, I don't do heroin. Like, I don't do drugs. Like, just like back up. I'm like, I'm going to be late to work. And so I go to walk, and I hear this, hey, sir, turn around. And I'm like, what the fuck do you want? And he like has his badge out. And I was like, what? And he's like, you look like a suspected drug dealer in the area, so we need to search your stuff. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah. And so he goes through my stuff, and I'm like, you want to take my pants off? Like, I can do that. I can control my underwear if you want to. And he's like, no, so they won't be necessary. And he's like, let me see your wallet. And I'm like, okay. So I take it out, and he's like, looking. I'm like, oh, watch my tempo recommend right there. Like, don't bend that. I don't want to have to get another one. And so he's just like he was so mad, dude. I was like, I'm just trying to go to work.
I'm not.
You're like, don't worry, I've got that black, and you pull out like a little bottle of the black paint for fucking Warhammer, and you're like, yeah, man, this Games Workshop
36.
But I was just like,
right here.
But I was like, okay. So like, then I'm like, hey, can you at least like give me a note telling me you like profiled me or something so I can like get off of work today? And he's like, they'll understand. And I'm like, no, dude. Like, I'm like 20 minutes late now. Like, can you like call my boss and be like, we stopped this Mexican looking kid? And like, can you just, I don't want to. I'm gonna get in trouble. And that bitch didn't help me out.
Sorry.
I don't care. It's funny.
No,
it's a funny
it's just
story.
like,
now.
here's
No,
the
I'm
thing.
serious. No, I'm serious.
the-
I was late for work because a cop pulled me over thinking I was some drug dealer. Yeah, all right. Typical Mexicans
I'm
always
just-
coming up with excuses.
Yeah, right.
You don't. Can you guys ever remember a time where you know someone who wanted to be a cop who wasn't a fucking idiot?
No, that's a fact, dude.
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah, really.
It's just like everybody you knew from high school. I think this is an old
That had anger problems, like,
I mean, there's
for
that
real.
too. It's like I think this is an old Adam Carolla joke. It's like all the dumb people you knew in high school become cops. It's like, yeah. Oh, I heard that joke and started thinking about it. I remember the guy at Domino's who was like, yeah, I'm going to become a highway patrolman, and I'm not going to pull people over if they're speeding because I think speeding's great. I'm like, bullshit, you are.
Dude, you're gonna have a quota. Like,
Yeah, bullshit. You're gonna have a quota, and also that guy was one of the dumbest people I
And here's
ever
the
saw in
thing,
my life.
if you're one of our listeners,
And I'm like, thank you for being on the road and helping people out.
if you're one of our listeners who's a cop and think that we're being unfair, show us your fucking SAT scores. Let's see them high school
Did
grades,
you even
buddy.
take the SAT?
I took the ACT.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. I mixed it up yesterday.
ACT is not a IQ test though. It's a different kind of test.
That's true.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So like, it is what it is. It's just funny stories now. 'Cause I didn't die.
Yeah.
So like,
As long as you don't get shot, it's funny. Yeah.
I've been owned before. Like I was like real defiant one time, and it was like, he said something about, I was like, I didn't quite stop. I did the California rolling stop, and I just kind of went, and the guy's like, pulling you over because you didn't stop. And I was like, yeah, I did. And he's like, no, you didn't, but you were probably busy looking at your phone. And I was just like, yeah, you're right. It was. I was like, damn. Can't say shit to that. You looked a little busy.
You're like, yeah,
okay.
that caused some fuck.
Yeah,
What do I get him for?
Fucking parried me. Yeah, that was bad.
All right, that's what I've been playing. Sorry. We got to wrap this up. We're already at an hour.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
What about you, Zach?
I played Cop Simulator 72, where you profile minorities. No.
Sounds like a fun game.
I actually
72.
do have a cop simulator game. I think it's called like Enforcer.
It's called Get Down! Expletive.
Sir, get back in your car.
Yeah, it's called Sir. And it's a shadow person, but you know what they're implying.
It's called Resident Evil 5.
Yeah.
So I played some Resi 8. I beat it like a couple months ago or a month ago, but I wanted to get back into it because we're going to review it later this month. Me and A4 slammed Halo 3 in like 3 days because we keep saying we're going to play them like sooner in the month, and then it gets to the end of the month and we're like, fuck, we have a deadline. That's what happens.
And then Joe delays the recording.
Yeah,
by
and
a week.
then we should have played last week. We're like, hey, we have an extra week, so we might as well just like wait a little bit. No more
That sounds like
heroes.
Craig. Are you the new Craig?
Fuck you. I am not.
Oh, no, that's Cameron. That was Cameron's thing where he would like...
Yeah, Craig beat games on time. It was Cameron.
Yeah, that's true.
I played No More Heroes. If we're talking phone games, I've been playing a shit ton of Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Like, my girl's really into it, so, like, that's just, like...
Getting your steps in. You're
Really into walking.
Dude, no, for real. Like, I'm in, like... Anyway, actually, I cheat now. I have a little pendulum.
Oh, don't cheat.
So I put
What's the fucking point of the fucking game?
Because it takes too long to hatch eggs!
Like, fuck you, Japan. I will be fat.
No, like... no, like, we still, like, walk...
Joke's on you, fucker.
Yeah, fuck you, tiny dick prick.
We're going to fuck you with our tech again.
No, so, like, I do it at night for some of the eggs that are like, it takes, like, 400 candy to, like, hatch this thing. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm not going to sit and wait for it. But, like, we go out and, like, when we're, like, in Salt Lake or even Provo, like, here, we drive down to Provo and, like, walk around the city for a little bit and just, like, catch it, a couple hours.
Just go down Center Street. There's
And we
like
do.
a fucking million.
We park and then we just walk down and, like, do, like, a loop.
Yeah,
Couple
there's
loops,
like
and, it's fun.
When I was playing it and I was driving through there, like, the speed limit was awesome. It was only like 15.
Yeah, and you're
just
like,
pounding all
"Woo!"
those stops.
The cops look at me like, on your phone, catch a Diglett, bitch. And
Yeah.
you're just, like,
Got to get my Pokeballs. I'm not paying for this shit. Are you nuts?
Are you nuts? And I played Tales of Berseria because I saw the trailer for Tales of Arise and I was like, yeah, I'll go try that.
Yeah, we played Tales of
Zestria?
Zestria.
Yeah, that's
Dude,
the
Berseria is great.
that's the sequel.
I think I have both of those on PC now.
Yeah,
I got them in
Berseria
like
is
a
fucking
Namco.
awesome. I really
bundle
like
or
it.
something. That's good.
But so our friend Brandy was talking about he got Tales of Arise. I've asked him and Craig what they think of the original game because I know they've both played it and they keep dodging my question. And I'm like, is it worth buying or not? Like, tell me, and they won't. So, I don't know. I'm going to look at reviews.
The
But
trailer for Tales of Arise
rather,
looked pretty cool, but that's just because it doesn't look like a Tales game. It looks like something else entirely.
But I just like, I would rather, I don't want to listen to reviews on people online. Like, I would rather, like IGN or that shit, I'd rather talk to friends and see what they think. 'Cause it's like,
Yeah. Do you listen to like other gaming shows and like gaming stuff?
I used to, but like, since I'm like I'm an inside salesman now, I don't have the time. Like,
Yeah, I don't listen to the shit I listen to has nothing to do with any of this. I've noticed, like the books I listen to and the podcasts I subscribe to, it is not gaming at all. Like,
Well, it's because all the gaming podcasts fucking stopped being about gaming and changed in the past 5-10 years. So.
yeah, I don't watch the events really anymore. I didn't watch Sony Direct. I don't watch any. I just look at like the highlights now.
Yeah, I just watch trailers. I'm just like, ooh, trailers.
Yeah.
I think that has something to do with us being on a gaming podcast.
You can't take
Probably,
work
yeah.
home with you,
I don't know if it's work. I just feel like actually you're just kind of like, well, I'll just have my own opinion about this shit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't need to be excited about every trailer ever. Like I can just play the game when it comes out.
Well,
Yeah.
that's like when they were sharing the fucking pictures of all the stuff that was announced at the Sony showcase in the group chat, and it's just like, oh my god! And I'm like, wow, IPs on black backgrounds. Holy shit, dude!
All I saw was like 3 of those are based on movie franchises.
Yes.
None of those are original at all.
Wait, what's coming out based on movie franchise?
Superhero stuff, right? Is
It was like
Wolverine,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man 2,
it was Knights of the
and
Old
then,
Republic or something like that.
The KOTOR remake.
That better be good.
Yeah.
Because the original one's
By
fantastic.
the way, the woman who's like writing the KOTOR remake thinks that The Last Jedi is a great movie. So take from that what you will.
No!
No, it's gonna be, dude. It's gonna be bad. Like
I know. I read some of her opinions on it, and it was like best cinematography. It's the worst in those three.
Here's the thing.
There's
If she ruins,
There's a couple cool looking.
if
things.
she ruins Knights of the Republic, there's gonna be like, it doesn't matter who like that is a universally loved game among Star Wars fans. No matter if you like the sequels, hate the sequels, like the prequels, hate the prequels, you love Knights of the Republic. That is a fantastic game, and across the board as fans, everyone loved it.
I never played it.
If
but-
she ruins it, they're gonna kill her. Like
they're going to.
There
I
is
hate to
no-
tell you this.
This is why
but-
Star Wars needs to just end.
No,
It's
no,
like,
no, because I'm
come
gonna
on,
be. I'm gonna
everybody
be
put
part
down your swords.
No.
I don't know.
it is the biggest series ever.
But I am stoked for
It's
Spider-Man.
half bad.
The Spider-Man 2, because like that first game was pretty fun. Like the web swinging so fun.
Speaking of series that are half bad, I'm so excited for that fourth Matrix movie. You guys have no idea.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, the trailer looks
Yeah,
so
the trailer
sick!
looks awesome.
Dude, so the rumor is on that day, it's gonna like in that like that day theaters come out in theaters, right? It's gonna be Matrix Resurrections, and then John Wick like 5. So I'm like, double feature Keanu Reeves,
If
dude.
that's true, it's not
told-
really good for him. But
I told my girlfriend, I was like, just so you know, she's like, well, I haven't seen him. Like, well, you better fucking start.
did you see the
Because
date
we're
on
seeing
that
both-
thing? I think that's on purpose. It was like 12,
Wait, did you say
2,
John Wick
2,
5?
1. It's like a
Did I
mirror
miss something?
image date.
Oh yeah, it has to be.
It's got to be something.
It's probably a trans allegory.
I mean, the director
Why
is
does my dick
trans.
look like a pussy in this mirror?
Call
What
back
the
to one of our
fuck?
I
episode
mean,
names.
you see Keanu, and he's like looking at his face, and it keeps on changing. Which the trans allegory is not that much of a push for that thing, and I don't know why people got so upset at.
Yeah, but I agree with you.
At
Too.
that
Like, I
thing.
agree with you. I just think
No,
it's
no,
gonna make
no.
It's
Keanu
not
comes on
necessarily
screen, he's like,
trans,
Neo,
but it
they,
is
them.
about identity and not feeling like yourself in your own body. That's like legitimately the Matrix. Because you're like, oh, there's something wrong with, like, I don't feel like I'm part of this world. Like, this world doesn't feel real to me. And, like,
Yeah.
that's the beginning
I
of
like
the
that.
series.
He's with Morpheus, and he gets all the
whatever.
stuff downloaded to his brain. He's like, dude, I know all 72 genders.
Dude, it kind of makes you want to go back, rehook up my old original OG Xbox and play the
Enter
Matrix.
the Matrix.
Yeah,
Enter the Matrix. Zach, are we going to play Enter the Matrix
dude, I'm
for
down.
the show?
I'll play it. That game was sick.
I have been saying to play Enter the Matrix since the beginning of this fucking show.
Let's do it. I'm down.
We're doing it.
100%.
We're playing it.
It
I'll
wasn't
go
good,
get it from the
though.
attic.
Like,
Please do.
I gotta find a TV to like poke in aux cords now though.
Oh, you don't have one?
are you gonna play Path of Neo after that, or
No, I play good games.
Do I have Path of Neo somewhere?
I don't have that one. I just have Matrix.
I don't remember if you do. I think Jake has that game.
I did at one point. I don't know if I still do. That's
Played
the
like
thing.
5 minutes of it, and I was like,
Dude, so
I'm gonna go to the game store and go to the GameCube section, and I'm getting both of those.
so my mom went through a weird phase not letting me watch rated R movies when I was a kid.
That's not a weird face.
It is a weird phase. So I couldn't watch The Matrix. So like I just grew up not caring, right? Like about it. And then like I saw Matrix, like Animatrix, like on late night TV, and I was like, oh, titty. And I was like a teenager, and I was like, fuck yeah, dude. But
Animated titty.
So that's all I saw was like one of those episodes.
You
and I
can
was
go
like,
to the art museum
I was like-
and see painted
yeah, well, I
titties
was like,
too if you want.
As a teenager, like I can jack it in like 2 minutes. Like this is fine. Like I can
Yeah,
do this.
yeah.
But
Still
like
can't,
then I
but
didn't.
whatever.
But then, like I didn't care. I watched The Matrix. I got really, really sick like 4 or 5 years ago. Like I had a really bad flu that like took me down for like 3 days, and I was like super fevery and like super just like fever dreams. Right? I watched The Matrix. I was like, this movie's amazing. And like I fell asleep and I saw like the numbers shit like going like sleeping, and I woke up like convinced that it was real because I was like had a fever and I was like dying. Oh, dude, it scared the shit out of me. I was like, they're gonna kill me.
That's
Then I woke up a second time and I was like, "This is fucking."
I
stupid."
remember I had like this really, really rednecky hick, like lived out in the country, didn't know anything about pop culture. Basically, he was my roommate in Snow College, and I was just like, "You haven't seen The Matrix." I showed him The Matrix, and that guy was like cheering during the movie. It was the perfect reaction to it. It's like someone who's never seen anything like this in their life suddenly sat down to watch The Matrix, and they're like, "Oh!" Like when the like when Keanu when it looks like Keanu's gonna like grab the helicopter for a second, and he's like flying on that building there, and he's like go to the edge of it, and like she shoots the cord, she flies off the thing. He was like freaking out. It was perfect. It was the perfect reaction to showing someone a movie I've ever like in my life. And I'm like, yes, that is what The Matrix makes me feel every time I watch The Matrix.
There's nothing better than like showing someone a thing you love and getting to like vicariously experience it the first time again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Except for my girlfriend falls asleep during movies. And
Log out a few months ago.
Say
It was like
say that again. Sorry.
It was like when I showed Zach Gurren Lagann a few months ago. It was perfect. Like, there's nothing better than having that like that guy you can show a thing you love to, and then having them like react to it, and you can like vicariously live through it again for the first time through them.
I mean, Matrix. If like nowadays, I feel like post Matrix, like everything has a little bit of Matrix in it. Not as good, but a little bit like the action over
whatever,
the top,
dude. That scene
kinda
in
like
Shrek
that.
where Fiona like stops time and it does around and she takes
Yeah,
him.
that's not what I mean,
Beautiful.
but whatever. I just mean like action movies since the Matrix, like action movies pre-Matrix were a lot more like gritty and realistic, and action movies post-Matrix where it was over the top, but on purpose because that was part of the story.
Because it was inspired by anime.
Now, like all those Marvel movies, like all these action movies are like everybody's kind of kung fu-y.
But I feel like comics always had that kind of like fight though. Like it. If you read
No,
like the 90s
pre
comics,
like MCU shit.
oh no,
is
it's not.
kinda
You tell me,
different.
I
Kate,
mean-
you know what? You read.
I mean,
I can't remember.
cinema.
Okay,
I like
cinema.
cinematic
Comic-wise-
action. Having that like that Matrix, they have all kind of like a little bit of taste of Matrix in there because like you can't go to an action.
But I mean,
movie
like
again.
there's set points in
after that.
time. Like Dune
Yeah.
comes out, changes sci-fi, right? Like Frank Herbert's Dune.
You mean the books? Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
the books come out.
It's like I don't think the
Sorry,
Dune
the books.
movie did that well.
The books come out and they
Yeah.
change how people sci-fi. Matrix comes out, same thing.
Yeah.
There's
I mean, yeah, The Matrix is definitely one of those like genre-defining films,
Yeah.
or at least genre.
I'm gonna have to get those. I don't have those on Blu-ray. I'm gonna have to find those on Blu-ray.
I got them on the Voodoo account. If you're hooked
I
up
like
to that,
having hard copies. Like
I agree.
but I love.
I agree.
My girl kind of hates it because she like came in. She's like, "You have so many movies," and I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "I just have like online." And I was like, "Trust online."
Well, here's the thing. You're also they're not the quality's not as good when you're streaming it, and also like I want it in my hands, and
Yeah.
then there's plenty of movies that are not yet.
I've
for
been
streaming.
starting to get the 4K ones because I have like I'm able to on my PS Pro, and then I have like a 4K TV. So I'm
Nice.
starting to get
Plus,
like,
with
beautiful.
physical copies, they can't take away Tropic Thunder from me until they come to my house and rip it out of my cold dead hands.
Dude, that's
They're
such
not
a-
going to take Tropic Thunder from you. They make way too much money off of that.
God,
fucking
that
movie.
movie's so fucking good.
I don't know. They took that one episode of Community off of streaming,
For blackface, I wasn't even blackface.
and I have that fucking box set. So
I don't know.
Anyway,
All right.
what did Twice
What
play?
did Twice play?
All right, so this month I've been playing a shitload of.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the follow.
Woo!
I've been playing a shit ton of Phasmophobia. So I got banished from work.
Thank you again.
Yeah, thanks
Wow.
for the follow again.
I'm
I
making
got
my Giny tickle. That's great.
I got banished from work because I was near someone who tested positive for COVID after I had already been to work 2 more days.
Oh wait,
past that point.
real quick. So your guys made you stay home.
Yes.
My boss said, "Do you have any symptoms?" I said, "No," and he's like, "Well, you're good until you get symptoms." And I was like, "Okay."
I was tempted to lie because I lose money. I mean, I still get paid, but I don't make as much. But I didn't, and I got some sleep. I spent a lot of time with the family. I played a shitload of games. It was actually pretty nice.
nice. Sounds like COVID was the best thing
I
that
should
ever
quit
happened.
It was the best thing that never happened to me. Yeah. The best thing that never happened to me. So I played a shitload of Phasmophobia. They updated it. It's definitely a creepier game.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm down. I'm gonna download. I want to play this.
It's like yeah. There's new ghosts, new
There's
ghost
some
types.
subtle
If we-
changes.
if we-
yeah.
if we
the
download
dots
it, I bet-
projector is super fucking creepy. I remember. Was I playing with you guys where like we had someone in the bathroom with 2 of those things, watching on the videotape to see if it would come up?
Yeah, it was with us. Yeah, I was
Okay.
there. It's pretty fun. It's still a great time, and they're still updating the game.
We should like. I think if we played, I think Cameron would be down to play too. It'd be kind of cool.
I played a few rounds with them.
Dude, all right. I'm gonna re-download it then. Like, I want to play.
Nice. I played a fuckload. Like we're talking like 50, 55 hours of Dark Souls 2, I think.
Jesus.
On PS4. Yeah, I downloaded it. I was like, I think
In the 10 days?
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
What,
dude.
Scholar of the First Sin or
Scholar of the First Sin, yeah. And then I also played it on the PS3 because I have it on both. And the PS4 version is way fucking easier than the PS3 version of Dark Souls 2, just so everybody knows. I can't, the PS3 version's hard, man. But I played both because I left my PS4 at the in-laws so they could play another game that I played, which was Beat Saber. Always a good time. I also bought Fruit Ninja VR just because I'm looking for VR games to have fun with.
By the way, did you get that Skrillex pack for Beat Saber?
Yeah, they bought it.
Nice.
It's annoying though.
Guys, you like your arms cramped. It's like,
It can't be worse. What else is in fucking Beat Saber? Coldplay and fucking Imagine Dragons, two of the worst bands ever made.
Imagine Dragons, I do think is better than fucking.
There's definitely worse bands. A4. Have you ever been to a local battle of the bands?
Yeah.
No, I mean like in terms of mainstream shit.
Coldplay is pretty bad, but I think Imagine Dragons is better than Skrillex easily.
You're crazy.
Dude, Skrillex is just a bunch of fucking sounds. Like, beep, 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 beep. And they use the same shit. He uses the same shit all the fucking time. Like, the one song that I like, there's a part in that song that's also in every other song I've ever heard. It's dumb. It's this robots fucking. It's like the toaster and the microwave having a hardcore sex. And everyone has to hear it.
No Skrillex song has infuriated me as much as Thunder, Thunder.
Right, that
Lightning
song
and
is
thunder?
really bad, and it is in that game, and I really don't.
Of course it is, because it was like super popular on the radio.
It's annoying. It's an annoying song. But I played that for a little while. That was fun. Let's see, what else did I play? Oh, we played that fucking Halo arcade game, Fire Team Raven. That was pretty fun.
Sure did.
Oh, I played it twice. In fact, I beat it twice this time.
Oh, beat it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I also
Spoilers.
He asked me if we could hog it. I'm like, I beat that at Universal a couple of years ago.
yeah,
I hogged it.
A4's like, yeah, I cheated and hogged it a couple of years ago. I didn't ask anyone, but that's fine.
We can hog it. It's a full-on game.
Krenatol says I don't understand Skrillex. Yeah, I don't speak computer, I guess, but
I thought the...
You just don't
I
understand the musical complexity of dubstep, man.
I like that narcissistic cannibal song
from Korn
from
and
Korn
them,
and Skrillex. Yeah,
There's the one from
the Slipknot one, Shut the Fuck Up, Get Up, or whatever.
Yeah, that one's.
Where's that Korn as well?
I think that's Korn. I think it is Korn. That is off of that album. That album is pretty good. See, I don't mind it when it's like mixed with metal or something that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like the Doom. It's like the Doom soundtrack.
Mayonnaise. You don't like it by itself, but when it's mixed with something else, it's fine.
Yeah, the Doom soundtrack, Doom and Doom Eternal, kind of have that thing where it's kind of like it's dubstep and metal mixed, and that's kind of. I think that's a pretty cool mix.
Yeah, it's like super industrial sounding metal. That's cool.
Yeah. It's like the next stage up of industrial, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Kingdom Hearts 3, so no.
No, we play good games on this podcast.
The fact that they have a
Skrillex did the fucking Kingdom Hearts 3 opening.
Oh, did
with
they
the
really?
guitar. Yeah.
Well, that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
I kind of hate the songs that open Kingdom Hearts anyway, but
No, but it's not like dubsteppy Skrillex.
Right.
It's like modern Skrillex, where it's just kind of like electronica. So
I like
it's not as
Utada.
great.
I like Utada Hikaru unless she does a song in English, and then I want to blow my fucking brains out.
Well, get ready for Kingdom Hearts 3 then, because she's got two of them in that.
Sanctuary. The Sanctuary.
Oh, are you guys gonna
I
have to
do
play that?
like that song in English and Japanese. I'm not gonna lie.
Are you guys gonna have to play that?
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah.
That's coming
Gonna
up.
have
You're
to.
in
Those are
for some
great games. Look, I can't. I don't like either of those songs, but I think the games are a lot of fun. At least Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, which are the ones I
Kingdom
played.
Hearts
They're a
2,
little too
is
faggy
like
for me.
the best one.
It's a little too what?
A little too faggy for me.
Oh, nice.
What did you think I said?
I didn't know what you said. I couldn't hear you.
It sounded like fatty, and then I worked it out.
It's like Wheel of
I thought you were just
Fortune,
being
the
like a
two
dick
letters
about it. And I was
missing.
like,
It's
I'll say it
give me a
again.
G.
I'll say it again.
Like,
Sweet.
I'm Mexican. I can say that.
Yeah.
word.
Yeah, because we found out, like, you said you have Mexican friends that say the N-word, and it's like...
I do have Mexican
That's what
friends
I'm
that say
saying,
the
that's like-
N-word.
Now I have straight friends that say the F word.
What is this world coming to?
Yeah. Oh shit. Fire Team Raven. I'll
I
play
just
that.
don't want to be booted off of Twitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, is that so much to ask?
People
Zach?
would actually have to watch us to get
That's
us kicked
true,
off
that's
the
true.
Twitch.
Yeah, you can't get booted off Twitch if no one's.
We got 6 viewers, and one of them's me.
Yeah, exactly.
We love you,
One
random
of them is me
citizens.
as well. So.
What do you mean the F word? I played Halo 3, quite a bit of Halo 3. Multiplayer, single player, all the players. I played Plants vs. Zombies, the original one. Just doing some of the.
Fuck yeah.
Like the third month in a row you've been playing Plants vs.
What's wrong
Zombies.
with that?
It's a great game, dude. I have an obscene amount of money in that game. It's like $450,000 or
Can we get
something
like a
that.
real sequel to that game as well, please? Like a real one.
I've heard the Garden Warfare ones are pretty good, but it doesn't.
I want it to be the same but updated. You
Yeah,
know?
I
Like
want
a
it to-
sequel.
yeah.
They did make a Plants vs. Zombies too, but it had like all the mobile game bullshit where you have to like buy microtransactions and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, that's not a real sequel.
No, I agree. I'm just saying, like, it's a crying shame.
That original one is so fun. It's like so addicting.
I miss PopCap. I miss like old PopCap. I miss like that era when it was like Peggle and
What?
Bookworm Adventures and shit like that.
I heard pig.
Yeah, I've never been
That's
pegged,
weird.
but to each his own.
You never played Peggle?
No.
Oh, Peggle's great.
Me and my
the
wife play
wife's-
Peggle all the
yeah,
time.
the
Yes.
Wife's
His
been trying to-
girlfriend's favorite game is Peggle.
Yeah,
Wife's been-
me and my wife play Peggle all the time, and she finally sticks it in at the end, and it's just like it starts playing Ode to Joy, and it's just like ultra combo. Whatever the fuck they say at the end of Peggle levels, I forgot.
I don't
know.
know. I've never played.
Yeah.
Oh, they're really good. I'm not even kidding. Peggle's really fun.
This is the best day.
Fuck you.
She's been trying to get me to play that for years, but I just keep
She
telling
keeps
her.
saying I
it's-
have a G spot up there, but I'm straight, so I know I don't.
I keep telling her it's still gay, but
As long as you're plugging to a puss,
It's not
never gay.
It's just weird.
that's the beginning. That's the beginning of it. Joe.
Just I'm just getting pegged while Ode to Joy
Oh.
is playing, and there's like a fat fucking gopher riding a skateboard saying "radical" on the fucking side of my face. Just
Have
like,
we
oh
had-
my god?
Is this the show where I brought up like the reason I'm afraid to do that is because I'm afraid I'll like it, and then I'll just need
What,
things.
playing Peggle or getting pegged?
Wait, what's the difference? I missed it.
Fuck, dude. I remember what I was going to say.
One of them is a
Funny.
video game, and one of them means you're gay. So,
You have,
I mean,
you have a hot button up there, so you just might. I got. When we go on break for a second,
Bro,
I got a video.
let me show
I'm
you.
gonna stick my dick in your ass. Have you ever seen? Bro, I'm gonna show you the joys, dude. When we go on break, I'll show you that spot. No, do you got some butter? Because it's gonna be tight. I'm gonna
well, I
need
know
you to
what the
Crisco.
thumbnail is going to be for this episode.
No, have you seen? Have you seen like Letterkenny though? Like for real?
I don't know what that is.
Okay, I'm gonna
I've seen
show
a few
you.
episodes of
I'm gonna show
Letterkenny.
you a scene from it, and it's the fucking funniest shit.
All right.
I'm not going to show you your G spot. That's up to you. Every woman should know where her G spot is.
Every woman should.
Have respect for yourself.
Letterkenny is funny.
All right. Is anybody beating a game?
Can we call this the hot button episode?
Oh my god, I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna call
Are
it.
you referring to my huge prostate because I have huge hands or what?
You can milk it yourself, you know.
Yeah, it's got an udder. I just reach into my ass and just.
Disgusted by that image.
My favorite things are when Joe like scrunches his face in disgust. That's
Yeah.
one of my favorite things.
You love to see it.
That's
do.
That's why Super Sexy was so fun.
I want to bring
Dude,
that
we need
back.
to reboot Super Sexy.
I want
It's a fucking
I
shame.
bought a book of dinosaur erotica just for that show.
You know,
Dude, me and
Jake's
Zach, we will
looking for a
reboot that show.
podcast.
It'll happen.
So me and A4 were talking about bringing it back, and I think it's something we should do.
Well, I've been waiting to do that. I just don't want to, and it's you guys can do it. We've given the show away many times. It's like a hand me
It's not my show anymore.
It's like simple.
It's
It's like
literally it's sitting on the curb with a cardboard sign that says free.
It says free.
yeah. No one wants it. Like, oh, that couch has cum stains all over it. Hey,
Never.
and then you
came.
turn on a black light and it's like, oh.
Wait, A4, if we could just record one episode, and we
Just find
hang
out that like
honestly.
only like 200 people listen to it, and you're just like doing that week after week, like. Your soul is slowly degrading.
yeah.
And
Why?
you're
I would
reading
just
this-
laugh.
Bro, I'm used to
I
doing
would-
a
I would
podcast
just-
to
I would
tens
just
of
giggle.
people for a decade. I will do Super
You don't-
Sexy.
You don't even you don't even flinch at 4chan anymore. You just scroll and like your eyes don't even you're just kind of glazed. over
Really?
and your soul
Only
is gone.
fisting? Okay, come back when he sticks his foot in there. All right.
Yeah, come back when he's a fucking meat costume,
Yeah.
and then I'll react.
He only prolapsed 2 inches. Amateur.
Hey, who? Didn't beat
Shit, I did that, and all I was doing was taking a dump. Weak.
Oh, not again.
Speaking of, though.
Actually, sorry, I was going to say I have like a button on my body somewhere that can retract my fucking my anus like one of those fucking dog leash.
Check out what I can do with my hernia, guys.
Well, my entire large intestine is outside of my body. Time to
fuck is that? Yeah.
Zips. It zips.
All right. I have too many images in my head right now.
Joe's going to go rub one out after
It's
this
like that
episode, so
scene
let's
at
wait
the
a
end of the
second.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Your eyes just light on fire. You're like, oh god, I can see everything.
Dude, that wasn't
Yeah.
even the best, like...
Visual
dude,
imagination.
what-
It's not
I think
good.
what you should have quoted was when everyone's face melted when they opened the Ark of the Covenant, because that is a much better movie.
Yeah, idiot.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What does everybody beat?
I'm sorry. I'm
have you
sorry. I
beat,
referenced the wrong
A4?
Indiana Jones.
A4,
death
did you beat
A4,
any
what did you
games this
beat?
month?
Anybody beat a game?
Schweitz is fucking over this.
I've just been waiting to hammer that button forever.
I beat
That button.
No More Heroes, Dragon Quest II, Luminaries of the Legendary Line,
You just say. You can
No
just
More
say
Heroes
Dragon
2, Desperate Struggle,
So no more
Sonic Rush.
Jesus, dude, do you not fuck your girlfriend? Do you just play games all day?
I plead the fifth, and Halo 3.
Wait, so, okay, I got No More Homos 2, Halo 3. What were the other ones?
Dragon Quest II, and Sonic Rush.
Dairy Queen 2.
The best is when we're going to go back us into the year, we're not going to remember what his game
Yeah.
is. Like, what is this?
You
fuck
guys
was
sent me
Dairy
one of your
Queen
books for winning like Listener of the Year the one year, and I flipped through it a couple times, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like just some of the shit that's written in there.
Which notebook do you have?
The one with the pigs and the King Hog on it.
Oh,
that
you got the
Stolas
nice
did.
one? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the nice notebook.
Did anyone else beat any games? I did.
Yeah, what'd you beat?
Halo 2 and Halo 3.
Oh, man. Oh, you got nothing but Halo going on now.
Dude, it was like when I beat all the Lara Croft games in a row. I had like two.
No
maybe
Resident
two or
Evil
two.
Village?
I beat that like 2 months ago.
He beat it a while
Oh,
ago,
okay.
yeah.
I beat Halo 3, Resident Evil Village.
Joe, you're kind of killing it, dude. Like you've beaten a lot of games this year.
And
You're doing way better than Craig.
God, what the fuck else?
He's doing way better than me.
I beat anything else? I think that's it.
Yeah, you've been last place for a
Oh,
while.
Fire Team
It's-
Raven. Halo Fire Team Raven.
Fire Team Raisin. Put Fire Team Raisin on there.
Halo Fire Team Raisins. You brought those Halo raisins?
I do. No,
Halo
they're,
Fart and Cream Raisin.
I found Halo sour gummy worms at the store, and I was like, it's apps.
Nice.
Do you want one though? Would you like some gummy worms?
I would like one. Yeah. I can't really have that much more than one, but thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so I beat
They're
Halo
just gummy
3.
worms.
I told you. They just put master shit. They're like, we're gonna sell these for $10.
I was looking for I thought I was gonna get like a warthog or something out of here, and it's just a worm.
Nah, it's just a worm. It's just got master shit.
Hey, thanks for being lazy, Trolley. You couldn't get some new molds.
Sponsored by Trolley. No, just kidding.
Yeah,
Definitely not sponsored by Trolley.
today's episode.
Today's episode is sponsored by Blue Chew and Trolley. We now have the new Blue Chew gummies. If you want to get your dick hard as fuck and eat some candy.
If your erection lasts more than 2 hours, go see a physician.
If your erection lasts more than 2 hours, hey, cool. Nice job, bud.
Can you hang a coat off that?
All right, I beat Halo 3, Fire Team Raven, and Resident Evil 8. Man, am I really 2 games behind Joe? How did this happen?
How did this happen to me?
You played 55 hours of Dark Souls 2. That's how.
That probably is part of the reason. I'm not even done. Not even done.
Did you
with
play
it
more
yet.
Conan?
No, I thought about it.
I'm paying for it. I get the little.
I forget who in
notification.
the group chat for that sent a picture of someone built a big black pussy in the middle of the desert. It was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that was me. I didn't build it, but I
Nice.
did see the photo of it.
All right, guys.
What you truly crave.
Well, that's it for this episode. Guys, get your hog in. Do hogib.herokuapp.com. The link will be in the description of this episode, wherever you're listening to it.
Toss a coin to your podcasters.
Do toss a coin to your podcasters. and eventually you will get your rewards.
I will
Nude,
do
Nude
that.
Clan on Patreon. Join the Discord if you want to talk to us or game with us. We're on there a lot.
We are on there a lot.
You can ask us questions for Nude Clan After Dark on there, all that jazz.
You can randomly pop into the voice chat and say goodnight.
Yeah.
Which is about one of the funniest things that's ever happened on the Discord. Ever. When the first time that happened, I was like, oh my God, this person.
Hey, man, you got to kiss the homies goodnight.
I was like, well, because I mean, we were talking on the episode about someone, just coming in and saying goodnight, and then someone did that like a couple days later.
Yeah.
We
He's
were
done it
just
a few
like talking
times.
on the thing, and he's like, "Oh, just wanted to say goodnight," and then he leaves. It's hilarious.
That's pretty
Yeah.
great.
Hilarious.
It's that Zodi.
And I don't know. We don't really use social media anymore, but if you guys,
Yeah.
I'm at Joseph DeGolia on Twitter.
I'm B Grixis on Twitter. I don't use it. I retweet porn.
Yeah, sure
is
does.
true.
That's why I don't follow him.
I'm
You don't like pussy?
at UFF Podcast on there. I just look at porn on Twitter. I don't actually retweet it.
I gotta help my buddies not to like draw it like A4 draws it, so I have to like it so people can see it.
And or me just insulting women.
You guys
So,
were
know.
talking at the exact same time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So what'd you say A for? Sorry.
I'm at A4 Extreme on Twitter. If you want your COVID conspiracy theory retweets, or if you just want me insulting people, then there's that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Beautiful.
We'll have drawings at the end of this episode. I'll work on that while we're recording the next one. So stay tuned for about 7 winners-ish. Maybe 8.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe 10, actually. But, I'll work it out.
Thanks for hanging out with us on this episode.
Yeah,
Thanks
thank
for
you.
listening. We
Yeah.
do appreciate
Yeah,
it.
we'll be reviewing once again Halo 3 and
Let's
Resident
Halo 3.
Evil
Which one's next week?
8. What shall we do now? Do you want to do Halo next?
Let's do next week. Stay tuned for Halo 3. We're going to
That's
finish
right.
off the main trilogy. And yeah, we'll see what happens to Master Chief and his good buddy, the Arbiter.
Yeah. Stay tuned for that. Until next time, guys. Live always in the nude.
Walk with your cock held high.
Fuck off.
No!